Yes, it is dark again. Yes, it is midnight again. And yes, we are still working.
You're watching Hurley Films.
Insulation, baby. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, I bought
Different.
that especially for you. So this is John's Mansville. This is called their Eco Comfort. And I don't think it has much to do with eco as much as it has to do with comfort. So this, instead of getting yourself all insulated
With the paper, with
fiberglass.
Well, also the other kind has like paper, cardboard paper.
Yeah, cardboard paper. This stuff has this layer of plastic on it.
Oh, okay.
So it makes it way nicer. And it's an R13 insulation. So this is the last thing in theory. There's a couple things I gotta do tomorrow before the drywallers show up. Here's just a taste. I didn't get to video any of the drywall delivered because it's been such a mad dash to get the electric and HVAC and everything behind the walls done. I'm sorry. I like you guys, but I have had about 20 hours of sleep in the past 4 days. So I am wiped, and the video should be cool. Had baseball games, had everything else. So I'm gonna set this camera up and we'll get a time lapse throwing all this insulation up one way or the other. Let's do it. What is up, everybody? It's good to get another video out for you guys, and I'm gonna start this one off with just saying how much I appreciate all of the, well, really good advice. It's also, I was gonna say I appreciate the concern because there's been multiple comments of people saying, hey, you're pushing it a little too hard. You need to chill out because you're gonna go nuts and hurt yourself or something. So I guess I thank you for I appreciate the advice that is good advice, and I also am also appreciative of the concern. It's crazy how and I do this too, how you get to watch these videos of people that you really have never met in person, but you get to feel like you start to know them a little bit. And so I appreciate all the view that like we kind of have that relationship with now. But we got this insulation put in, and for real, if you can get this, it comes from Lowe's. It's this John's Manville insulation with this plastic barrier. It is the only way to go as far as I'm concerned when it comes to putting in bad insulation. So check it out. Another tool tip here. If you're going to do insulation, buy it. Don't ask questions. Buy it. Insulation's up. Also, if you can in your area, buy this John Manville, not Mansville.
R13.
R13, I think they make it an R19 as well.
Not R15.
Comfort Therm.
Even the insulation isn't itchy.
First time I've ever worked with insulation, and I honestly do not feel any itch on my body. This is not a sponsored video. Wish I was sponsored by John Mansville, that'd be pretty cool. But no, not a sponsored video, did not get paid. In fact, I paid good money for this insulation, and it is great, and it's cheaper than the pink stuff. So, cheaper than the pink stuff, just the same exact thermal ratings, and the office has insulation in it. There's only one thing left. Oh, we had an extra piece.
Yeah, it was on the scaffolding.
There's only one other thing here left in the office, and that is up above us, the attic space. But we're gonna wait till the sheetrock gets in, and then I'm gonna crawl up there, and Austin will feed me insulation. I'll just drag it all the way down, and it'll just lay atop.
It should be so.
And that would be way easier than trying to hold it up and staple it in place, and nah, we ain't got time for that. Only one more thing to do in the house tomorrow before the drywall happens. It is
1:35.
1:30 in the morning. I hate myself.
We gotta be.
Special thanks to Austin. I would not have gotten all this done tonight. When we're in the daylight tomorrow, I'll take you guys through what's going on. I guess this may be the start to the drywall video. At this point, the videos are beginning to blur together, and I don't know when they're gonna start and when they're gonna stop. So, it's crazy. Okay, we're gonna go find a 24-hour Whataburger. And if you don't know Whataburger or what Whataburger is, if you don't have it in your area, I apologize because it is delicious. Also, something else that happened tonight at about maybe 7:45, 8 o'clock, all of a sudden it got super dark and the clouds just were thick with rain, and we could hear this rushing wind sound coming, and it was off in the distance, and it was real eerie. And then maybe 5 minutes later, we got hit with a wall of wind, a 60-mile-an-hour sheer wind. We had the windows open, doors were flying everywhere. It was nuts.
85, and it went down to 60.
It was in the mid-80s, and the temperature dropped to the low 60s, just like that. So, cool weather event. Fall has officially arrived in Oklahoma. And, all right, see you guys later. Or tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye. Into the light with you. All right, welcome back. I don't know what day it is anymore. But we've got Drywallers across the street right now. It's windy. In advance, just so you know, no windsock is going to fix today. No windscreen, no dead cat, no nothing is going to solve our problems today. I got you behind the door trying to block a little bit of it right now. But I'm gonna get the tractor and take it over across the street and set the bucket up so they can start throwing drywall scrap into the bucket, because that stupid thing still doesn't work. Don't look at it. Don't acknowledge it. Well, someday I will win. I will win, and that truck will run, and it will dump, and it will do everything, and I will win. But not today, because there's other things to do. So let's get the tractor over there so we don't have to clean up a giant mess. Well, less of a giant mess, and show you guys what's going on. Let you see kind of how everything looks right now. Let's get across the street. So, an even newer development, and I didn't film this because I was mad, but I went and tried to actually start the dump truck, and it wouldn't even turn over. So we may kind of be back to square one on the dump truck. It makes me so sick to think about it, but it's one of those things that's just, like I said before, and I think a previous video, it's just a domino effect. You know, it's a 1971 truck that's been sitting for maybe 15 years or more, and it's a very uphill battle. So I've started to research, you know, what kind of mechanic we could get out here to just fix it and make it work, because that would be so much easier for somebody that actually has knowledge of how to do that kind of stuff on these older trucks to just come and make it work, because like I really am out of my pay grade on it, but it's something that I want to be able to learn how to do that. I want to be able to learn how to do all of this stuff on my own, to be able to fix that truck, to work on that truck, and it's just something that would be handy to have in the old tool belt. But like I said, there's so much more to do right now that's more important than that dump truck. So we're just gonna have to let that battle be won by the dump truck for a while, and we'll come back to it later. On another note, I'm about to start videoing my next So you want to build a Barndo series, which will obviously not be about a barndominium, but a house anymore. So if you got any questions that are specific, leave them down in the comments below so I don't leave anything out. Okay, so we got the first load of drywall that was right here, loaded up and dumped up the top of the hill. I've got a hole I'm kind of trying to fill in that's on the back side of our property. And this drywall, I've read that, this gypsum, you just throw it on the ground and after a while it rains on it, softens it up, and run over it a few times with the tractor. Goes back into the dirt, returned from whence it came. I have read that they don't recommend that you use it on like gardens and stuff because who knows what's in it. But update time. As you can see, insulation's in if you missed that. Didn't get to video any of that, like I said, because we don't want to have that in our lungs. But all the drywall's here. Our drywall hangers are here. And we've got drywall going in. All of the ceilings on this side look like they've pretty much gone in. Starting to feel like a real house. I know. And I need to get up there and cut a hole in that for you, don't I?
Where?
That I need to cut that
Oh yeah,
that 2x6 up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that now. So while they were in there getting the drywall going, I realized, hey, I have to put this pocket door in. And you'll have to forgive Austin. I got he stood in front of the camera for a while and I made fun of him. But we had to get this pocket door in, and you'll notice that I first put it in backwards and then realized we didn't have any adhesive to make the thing work. Had to go get that. My chalk line was out of chalk. It's just one of those deals that it just was not prepared enough for this deal. And this is not the first pocket door I've ever installed. So I got no one to blame but myself. But we had to get this pocket door in because it's kind of hard to do sheetrock on this opening if the framing's not there, and the pocket door framing serves its purpose. But these drywall guys, like you've heard me say before in another video, that there's just not enough money, there's not enough accolades, there's not enough anything for me to do drywall. I hate doing drywall with every fiber of my being. Even if it's just like drywall repairs, I hate doing them. It's the worst part of any kind of construction. And it's even more frustrating watching these guys and seeing how easy they make it look and effortless, and they just walk around on their stilts and all that stuff. It's just crazy how well they can do stuff. And this is like, maybe I think towards the end of the day, and this is how much they got done. Like, holy cow. Like, look at all that. All the ceilings hung and all of the walls from halfway up. When you're good, you're good. And that's all there is to it. So this is the Barretto 1085 from GP Rents. And GP Rents is gonna help make what is impossible for me by myself, be able to conquer my weekend and run this trench from point A to point B in 2 separate spots in just a short amount of time. And the best part, at the end, all I gotta do is just take it back to him and I'm done with it. Also came with the trailer, so let's get to work. So let's get to work. Okay, so if there's any lesson to be learned in this video, it is just go rent the equipment. I don't know if you can see the ground here, but the soil is literally coming up in chipped chunks, just like the ground is made of rock. And this is just clay soil, so this is not anything crazy. But if we didn't have this, I mean, this took like 20 minutes, which is even a long time for this thing. And there's just no way we would have dug it by hand in the course of like 3 weeks. It just wouldn't have happened. So if there's any lesson, just rent the equipment. It's worth it. What's up, guys? I would say today is day something, but at this point, I don't even know. But we did go to Great Plains Kubota down in Norman again to get some more equipment. Right here, we got this Barretto trencher that is gonna make quick work of running these underground lines for the electric. As you can see, already got one here run up and over to the shop, but we gotta get one more run over to the house. And there's a lot of things in this video that I wanna update you on, because I haven't been the best about keeping track of a lot of the progress that's happened over the past week, mainly because it's been really crazy with work, really crazy with the house, really crazy with trying to get other things done, really crazy with family, and something had to give. But there's some really exciting stuff to go check out in the house. So let's go check that out before we dig this other really long hole. All right, had to get a fresh battery. So like I said, lots has been happening, and I mainly think I haven't been keeping very good track over the past, all of this has transpired in 5 days, and it's been a mad dash to get the electrical done, as well as a couple other things. But let's get an update here. First thing, shop. Bam! Spray foam everywhere. And man, it's like noticeably different in here. This is all closed cell foam, and it's different than open cell. So closed cell foam, you can see, very hard. Like, I cannot push my finger into that even if I wanted to. It is not gonna happen. But all of this is done, and it was a mad dash to get all the electrical done. So like, we put all these boxes, and I think I've shown you videos of that. It's like, I'm behind on everything. I'm behind on editing. I'm behind on getting these videos out to you guys. I'm behind on some work stuff. I'm behind on everything because the house sucks everything out. So over here, you'll notice that the panel's in. I won't show you behind it because all the cables are in here. Nothing's been run in the panel yet, which that'll be a whole different video. Nothing's run in here yet, but we need to get the main power in. And you'll notice that there's some things on the ground here and here. Yeah, that's sheetrock. So not only has the sheetrock been hung, but they just finished the first coat of texture, or not texture, but tape and mud. This is the office. So we are gonna go across the street here in a second and check out the rest of everything. Apparently, I forgot I left my pliers here. So let's go look at the tape and mud in the actual house. And you better prepare yourself for a pretty dang incredible transformation, because I cannot even believe what's going on. And I've seen it already. So let's go over here to the house. Okay, are we ready? Here you go. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So we're walking into the playroom now. Playroom has got tape and mud all over all the joints. They left the windows open so it could dry overnight because they're gonna come put the second coat on. And this is Casey's biggest request. So this right here, I'll show you where this goes, but it's like a little, I don't want to call it a doggy door because, you know, kids are gonna use it, but whatever. So this is the playroom. Big old windows that are still not in, by the way. We are on 2.5 months waiting. Let's not talk about that. That'll ruin the mood, okay? So we got the bathroom, but it's dark in there, so you won't be able to see. So this is one of the kids' rooms. This is Hurley's room, and he's got the nice, lovely view. I apologize for how echoey it probably is, but you'll notice down here, there it is. So Hurley, at any point, will give you kind of his view of what will happen. That he can come down here and go through his little kid door and have like playroom access. Same thing, we got other 2 rooms here on the back of the house for the kids. Cattle are out there grazing away. But anyway, very dramatic transformation. And I wasn't able to catch a lot of it. I haven't been able to catch any of it on camera because of work. It's just been crazy. But yeah, the whole thing's sheetrocked in. They just got everything opened up so it'll dry. There's the master. Here's the bathroom. Absolutely crazy. I think I'm in shock, or mostly just probably exhausted to really have any kind of emotional reaction to this, because I still haven't had any kind of decent sleep in quite a while. Just trying to play catch up with all this and try to make sure everything's going smooth, and running back and forth between this and baseball games, and it's insane. But one thing we really need is 2 things. We need electricity and we need water. And we can't have water until we have the electricity. We have the well dug, but without power, the pump won't work. So you see the conundrum. So we have got to get the electricity done, which means we've got to get these trenches dug and get this big 4-aught cable also run around. Okay, stop talking, work. What a transformation. Like it's so crazy, just every phase of this house, like you just kind of go on waves, you know, like you go up and down, much like in life. I mean, life has its ups and downs, and has its high points and its low points. Here recently, I feel like we all understand the low points, you know, with this year being how it is, we all get it. So it's nice to see high points. It's nice to see things like the drywall being done, and just, I still can't believe how fast those guys did that stuff and how good it looks. It's so crazy to see. Like it's a real house now. Like it's not this fictitious idea. Oh yeah, what I'm doing right here, just in case for those of you are wondering, that was all the extra siding that was stacked up for the front of the house, and I had to move all of it, which was not fun, but it is what it is. Anyway, it's exciting to see these things happen. It's exciting to see parts of this just come to fruition, and it's hard to believe that. It's hard to believe it when you see it. That's like, oh my gosh, this is just gets more real and more real and more real every time we walk in the door, and that's exciting. What a beautiful sunset. I love getting work done and the sun going down. I will show you. This is going to suck, but check this out. So remember when we poured those footings and I was like bragging about how these big footings, you know, 2 foot by 2 foot, big giant footings? Well, this is where the footings start, and the pipe I need to put in needs to come up right here. So, it looks like we're going to be running a jackhammer. I don't even know, but here's where the power comes in at. It goes straight down, out, and all the way down to the pole, about 150 feet or so. Actually, it's a little bit less than, it's more like 120 feet. I bought 150 feet of cable because I'm not screwing that up. Even though this cable's pretty expensive. It's about $1 a foot, really $1.07 a foot, but it would even be worse to buy 100 feet of it and then it not be long enough. So makes sense. Just buy a little extra, cut it, you'll find something to do with it eventually. But this rental from Kubota, from gprents.com, if you are in the Oklahoma area and you need a piece of heavy equipment, there's just not a better way to go. It's easy, comes with a trailer if you need it. That trencher will get some more work tomorrow. Right now, I'm about to head to Steven and Stephanie's house because they have a housewarming party tonight, the new house that they have. And man, look at that. I don't know if it's coming through the same on the camera, but gosh, what a sunset. Really pretty. So, I think that might be all for this one. If not, I mean, the video will keep going. At this point, I don't even know. So, some point we will get onto a regular schedule of regular things that regular people do and not the insanity of building a house, because it is insane and hard to keep track of. Okay. See you tomorrow or see you on the next video. Don't know which one, but there you go. And pan out.